Welcome back for an update on my project knobby, the ultimate drone synth that sort of fits in your backpack. Well, it's bigger than a pocket operator and smaller than I don't know, smaller than a jewelry box. But it's not done yet, so we really don't know how big it's going to be. But it's definitely going to be bigger than a cell phone because it's definitely going to have 5 knobs on it. So what we are hearing right now is the bells from last time. You might remember those. And they're running a different Euclidean step sequence right now, which worked out with the eight-step note sequencer to sound like what you're hearing. I don't know how many, I don't know what that is, what beat that is. I'm not a musician. I'm not classically trained. Well, I am classically trained, but I haven't had any of that classical training since I was in the 3rd grade. So since I'm a grandfather of some years. It's been a while since I've had any musical training, although I was a prodigy. I went to a musical program at Eastern Michigan University. My mother got me into that when I showed up to be some kind of a musical prodigy in musical class. And then I had piano lessons and all that stuff, and I learned how to clap out our hands and keep up with the rhythm and transcribe rhythms and all that stuff. But my goodness, it's been a long time. Remember the stuff you learn now because keep it fresh in your mind. Play with it and practice it, which is what we're here for. We're going to mess around with knobby. What you're hearing right now in the background is a little bit of voice 1 from our previous example, and the chimes, because I really like the chimes. And I'm going to bring up voice 2 here in just a second, and you're going to hear voice 2 sounds quite a bit different than it used to sound. I'm going to explain a little bit about what you're going to hear before we get into it. Voice 3, or voice 2 I mean, is 3 oscillators, and as we've covered, each of those 3 oscillators can be modulated by any of 3 LFOs. And those 3 LFOs are shared between voices 1 and 2, so it kind of gives everything a nice cohesive mesh. That's, for example, oscillator LFO 3 is providing the panning and some of the other effects that you're hearing modulating things, so it gives everything a kind of a throbbing effect. Anyways, LFO 2 is running as a sample on hold off of a low frequency oscillator that's generating a random waveform. So that effectively is like a sample and hold on a noise source, or in our case what we're doing is we're generating a random waveform which can come out as noise, but we're running it at a very slow rate, which comes out as steps. And then we're quantizing those steps using the quantizer, and so we're getting 16 unique steps out of whatever range of notes that the randomizer generates. So that way we can throw randomization into our sequence and we still have something that sounds like music. And that's what you're going to hear going on in voice 2. There's a bass line being provided by something running around 40 hertz down the sine wave, which of course has no harmonics, which gives us a nice steady beat. And then you're going to hear some grungy mid-range thing going on, and that's coming from a reverse sawtooth. And just a reverse sawtooth running at a few kilohertz, and then you're going to hear some twisty stuff going on in the high end, like the old 303 kind of stuff. And so we're able to get 3 parts out of that one voice 2, and that's going to combine with what you're already hearing, which is fairly complex just from one voice, with 2 oscillators. And when it all comes together here in a minute, we're going to be left with all 3 voices working together with a delay line and sounding like something that we might want to chill and meditate to. And I'm going to leave you with about 20 minutes of that. And for now, I'm going to say goodbye and bring up the voices again. You're going to hear me bring up voice 1 and then voice 2, and then the delay, and then we're just going to kind of try to get it all settled in. Thank you for tuning in. Every one of you subscribers is absolutely precious to me. I'm amazed someone would subscribe to what I'm recording with, which is essentially the proverbial potato. but it's my potato. I designed it, I built it, I'm having fun with it. And thank you for sharing that fun with me. It really means a lot to me. Take care, everyone.